Let's get things started with JG's Morning Cup with Ask Jaryd, a do-it-yourself project. Today we're showing you how to make your own drink coasters. I'm joined by Jaryd Walley with Mobili Farm Tables. Always here, usually on Mondays, but this week we're mixing it up. You just drove back in from Chicago from dropping your son off at college.
Yeah,
so
it was great.
how you holding up? You doing okay?
I'm holding up pretty good.
He's not a freshman, so you're good, I guess. He's been there before.
That's right.
Okay, so we're all about doing things yourself. And today we're doing drink coasters. Everyone can use one of those. Anytime anyone offers me one, I'm like, yeah, of course I need some of those. But we can make them.
Yeah, and sometimes the coasters that you do have are probably from the 70s.
So do yourself a favor.
Do yourself a
and
favor
update them a little
and
bit.
update them. So I was going through a home improvement store and looking, for something to do for the viewers, and I came across this big, huge rack of these samples for flooring.
Which most people, when you say samples for flooring, it's like the most boring thing in the world.
Right. So basically, they're 25 cents. And they had these nice samples that are cork, and which is great. So it's an even decor for coffee, wine. It goes in any space of the house.
So multi-use. You don't have to limit it to what we can use it for. Which type of
the thing I liked about the samples was if we were going to make our own DIY coaster from wood, we would have to basically cut it to size, sand it, finish it, and all these processes.
A lot more processes.
So the samples are already finished. They're ready to go. So this is a flooring sample with a tongue and groove, and the only thing that
do you have to cut it or anything to make it a little bit more even?
All I did was actually just cut the tongue and the groove off.
Okay.
And then I sanded the sides, and that was it. Now, if you wanted to add, this has cork on the bottom, so it could go on a table and not scratch the furniture or something like that. But you could add a felt pad.
Yeah, I wanted to show people, we really just did these before the show, so you just take these out. They came in a little pack there. Yeah,
it came in a little pack, and if you want something like a non-slip, you can put a rubber clear bumper on there.
And this one you just kind of left with that color that it already had. You didn't have to do any changes to it. You don't have to stain it if you don't want to.
That was bamboo, so if you have a more contemporary setting, then you can, what's nice about the samples is you can kind of pick for the decor of your
whatever
house.
matches your space. You can kind of go from there. And then even if you want to take some of the other projects we've been doing on Ask Jaryd, you can always take something from magazines and maybe cut it out and make it a little covering for it, so you can play into that pop culture element of things too. If you want.
Repurposing isn't always about getting something old and bring it into an environment, and it's also about finding new stuff and creating your own thing.
We've talked about chalkboard paint too, and this would be a great option to maybe chalk it up.
Oh yeah, that would be great. And then you can write, little happy birthday or Happy New Year.
Yeah, speaking of birthdays, you're just celebrating your birthday.
Yeah,
happy belated birthday.
Yeah, I drove from Chicago, 750 miles on my birthday.
What a way to celebrate your birthday, right?
I also got a speeding ticket.
Oh,
so happy birthday to me.
Keeps on giving to Jaryd here.
But here's a woodworking craftsman catalog from the 50s. So you can also take something like this and cut out some pictures and put it on not only the wood samples, but look for some of the porcelain ones too.
Okay.
Out of the box. When you go through the home improvement centers, you'll see little sections that are discontinued or out of box. Look and see if you can use some.
Yeah, you make sure that you're checking those places out, because usually when I go into a hardware store or something like that, I go with something specific on the mind, and I put the blinders on. But you want us to take the blinders off and look around and see what's around us and really take that stuff in.
In the paint department, a lot of that paint can actually be repigmented to a color that you are looking for. So if they have a gallon of paint that's usually $50 and it's marked down to $20, and you can have it pigmented to your color for free, then voila, why not?
Who knew? Who knew that you can do that? Well, we thank you for coming by every week and bestowing a little bit of DIY knowledge on us. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you next week. If you haven't liked Ask Jaryd on Facebook, then you need to do that, because he's always posting things from behind the scenes over at his shop over at Taylor's Mill. definitely go visit him. 250 Mill Street in Taylor's. And you can just go knock on the door. Maybe if he's in there working, you can always come in and check him out.
This weekend, I think, is First Fridays, so it's going to be
at the mill.
At the mill.
So go get some coffee. Go say hello to Jaryd. Jaryd, we'll see you next weekend.
All right, awesome.
Thank you so much for dropping by.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yep.